Hi, my name is Chance, and this is my 2013 Mustang. So like I was saying earlier, this is my 2013 Mustang. It is Grabber Blue, which as you can tell is one of my favorite colors of all time. I got it about 3 weeks ago, and this is my second Mustang I've owned. I also had a 2014 Mustang. It was I forget the color code, but I called it Midnight Blue. I don't know if that's actually what it's called, but it was the darker like blue that's almost like a blurple, like a blue purple. It was nice too. Both of them were 6 speeds. Gotta love it. It's got BBK headers, and I think it's an axle back Roush exhaust. I don't know if it has anything with the cats done to it. I bought it with everything that's done to it done right now from the previous owner. So everything that's basically done to this, I haven't really done anything. I haven't gotten my hands on it yet. I do have plans for this car. And one thing that y'all are gonna say about it is the 3.7 V6. It is not the Coyote, which is kind of sad. But at the same time, I look at it as everybody who buys a Mustang buys the Coyote. And I know why they buy it. It's because it's obviously better. It's faster. It honestly is a better engine overall, not just speed, but sound, quality, like just the sound of the exhaust and everything. You can't beat a V8. But I wanted to be different. I got the 3.7 Cyclone, and I have some plans for it, and it's possibly going to be faster than the 5.0, hopefully. If all my plans come true, this thing is going to be pushing about a little over 500 to the wheels. Right now, I haven't got it dynoed or anything, but the 3.7 from the factory comes with about 305 horsepower to the crank, which to the wheels is about, I'm guesstimating, I don't know the exact stats to the wheels, but it's around like 275, 280 to the wheels, which isn't a lot. It's not very fast from factory. This one has the upgrades that I told you about. It also has a cold air intake, BBK cold air intake, and it has a tune. So it's probably making a little over 300 to the wheels. Like I said, I haven't got it dynoed or anything, so I don't know the exact stats of it, but just for me driving it, I've driven a lot of cars, and this is definitely faster than my last V6, and that one was bone stock. There was nothing. I didn't even have aftermarket wheels on that one. Yeah, I have a lot of big plans for this car. I'm not going to talk about them right now. I'm going to kind of leave it to be a surprise. There's a few different routes I want to take too, so I don't know what I'm exactly going to do 100% yet, but I know I definitely want big power gains, maybe bags. I want to do the E-Box Sportline springs, but my driveway is very low, and it's at a huge angle, and it's ridiculous. So I just feel like if I do springs, I'm gonna end up destroying this car, which is something I really don't want to do. A little bit about me. I live in Texas. I live in a small town in Texas. I don't live in Dallas or any of the big cities in Texas. I've loved cars for a while now. I wasn't one of those people. I'm not going to tell you that I was born with gasoline in my bloodline or anything. My dad wasn't into cars. Dad wasn't really into cars. I have a few family members that are, but even the people that are into cars in my family, most of them just buy really nice cars, really expensive cars, and they don't really do anything to them. They don't really work on them themselves or anything. So everything I've learned about cars and everything that I've done to my cars, I've learned through school, experience, friends, YouTube videos. So pretty self-taught when it comes to actually working on cars and knowing things about cars. So my first car was by no means an enthusiast car. My first car was a 2003 Chevy Tahoe. It had the 5.7 Vortec engine, which I thought was pretty cool, and I could spin tires in it, which was pretty fun. I had a lot of room, so whenever I was in high school, you know, I could take my friends places and have fun and do things, which was nice. But you know, always in the back of my mind, I was like, I want something cool. I want a cool car. I don't want to be driving a soccer mom car to school. So then, after high school, I got a job, and my dad gifted me a 2015 Hyundai Veloster, which again, there is enthusiasts that like Hyundai Velosters. But whenever you think of a race car, you do not think of the brand Hyundai. And I really liked that car. It was fun. It was an automatic. It had the 6-speed with the paddle shifters and the dual clutch and all that stuff, which was decent. But it just wasn't, you know, still I felt like I needed a cooler car. That's just what I wanted. I wanted something that I love to drive. And then I got a 1996 Honda Civic hatchback. And when I got it, I bought it as a roller. It had the engine, it had the transmission. The engine that it had was the V18 from the Acura Integra, which was the 1.8 liter dual overhead cam with VTEC. It was a stock engine, and it also had the GSR transmission, which was a 5-speed manual. So this would be my first, I guess, time working on cars. I always did little things to my cars before this, but I never did anything like huge. When I bought the car, it wasn't running, so I had to figure out what the problem was with it, which turned out to be busted cams. So I ended up putting new cams in it, and I rebuilt the engine. That was my first step. I got the car running. I'd never driven a manual in my entire life, and I was very scared to drive it. My boss, who was helping me build the car at the time, handed me the keys and he said, "Go home." So, of course, me not driving a manual ever in my entire life, I completely dumped the clutch and did a huge fat burnout, and then proceeded to stall on Main Street about 12 times before finally dumping the clutch again and burning out in front of police officers, which was very fun, in my 1996 shitbox that sounded like a fart can. After I got the car running, you know, I was in the car scene. I started going to car meets. I started meeting people, talking to people about cars, and it was very cool. I've never done anything like this before up until this point. It was nice. It was amazing. I loved it. So I took a step back and looked at my car, and I said, this car is slow. What can I do to make this car fast and fun? So what I ended up doing was I built out the entire engine. I put Manley pistons and rods in it. I rebored the head and had everything redone. I started buying Go Fast parts. I was scavenging the internet for any parts that I could find at the time because I was broke. So I would go on Facebook Marketplace. I ended up finding an entire turbo kit, which was supposed to go in a C6 Corvette. But the guy, it was a twin turbo set, but the guy ended up doing nitrous injection instead of boost. So he just had it sitting in a warehouse. He ended up selling the entire kit to me for about $150. It had never been used. The turbos were like sealed and had the plastic on them and everything. Like, they were brand new. It was very nice. It was very clean. I was very excited. Mishimoto intercooler off of Facebook Marketplace for like 150 bucks. Flow-off valves, gauges, I bought all those off of Amazon. I ended up getting like the nicest you could get. I wanted it to all be nice. I didn't want to build a crappy car. I took it to a tuning shop, put all the parts on it, had it tuned by Trackstar. It was a very cool experience. They had a bunch of builds out there. It was very awesome. He was a really nice guy too. We ended up pushing it, I think originally we did like 9 pounds of boost, which is an odd number, but that's like the amount of boost it could push with this stuff that I had without leaking. So that's what we did. The engine could definitely handle more, but at the time I still needed a boost controller, and there was a bunch of other stuff I needed that I didn't have. So ended up boosting it and I started racing, and it was amazing. At that point I was like, okay, this is what I want to do from now on. I just want to work on cars and build them and make them fast and have fun with them, enjoy driving them. And now here I am today driving my 2013 V6 Mustang, which it is by no means fast. I'm not calling it fast. I'm not trying to say my V6 Mustang is faster than your whatever it is. It's pretty slow, but it's fun and I enjoy it, and I could afford it, and I can eventually build it out and make it to where I actually want it to be. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but that's the entire point of me making this YouTube channel, is that I want to post the progress of me building this car and show you guys what I'm doing, because it's kind of a unicorn for some actual enthusiast to buy a V6 Mustang or Camaro or any muscle car really. Most people think that if it's not a V8, then it's not even worth looking at, which I agree that V8s are better, but I don't necessarily think that it's true that you have to buy a V8 or it's just not worth it. It's still fun. I just kind of wanted to make this channel to bring you guys into my life and let you guys go along with me on this journey of building my car and going to car meets and going to cruises and hanging out with all my friends and working on their cars too, because my second video is actually going to be pretty cool. Colby, who you in the car with me, so you can say hi.
Hey guys.
He has a 2012 Mustang. It is a GT. It's a 5.0 Coyote, and it is supercharged. I'm not going to go into details about it right now, but it's definitely going to be a cool video. So yeah guys, this has been my first video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more content. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff, a lot of cool things coming up in the future, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Bye.